the song, my children. The song of the sea, the sorrowful song, the song that's sung by the siren. Here's a monster we so rarely get to see done justice, my children. The siren, aka the mermaid. So enamored are people with the happier, more family-friendly image of the mermaid that we forget that it is a creature meant to lure people to their deaths at sea. So let's turn the clock back to 1926 in the North Atlantic Ocean, 350 miles off of Newfoundland. Captain Deke Harlow has been hired by a man named Pfeiffer for a little excavation on the ocean floor. He's a German, a survivor of a crashed U-boat that was on some kind of secret mission. And on that U-boat, gold bars! Lots of them. Enough to make an entire crew of salvagers rich beyond their wildest dreams. Harlow owes money to a gangster who insists on sending along his own men to ensure the gold's retrieval, led by a less than pleasant man named Sunny Jim, who I'm pretty sure actually comes from the Isle of Rangoon. I was expecting him to be a puppet. Tensions are high on the salvage ship. Arguments frequently ready to break out, especially as it's taking quite a while to find the crashed vessel. Fortunately, Mr. Scholes, one of their divers, is able to locate the submarine as well as a gold bar, which he brings up as proof of the discovery. Although, while he is in the darkest depths, he also spots a naked woman with a very long tail. He writes it off as oxygen deprivation, and everyone celebrates the discovery, though Scholes himself admits to Pfeiffer later that he's not really in the celebrating mood. Too much noise. He much prefers it on the ocean floor, where it is quiet, for noise just reminds him of his time during the Great War, all the people he had to kill. Pfeiffer says that the ocean is not as quiet as you might think. The submarine they're looting was an experimental model, equipped with a hydrophone system to listen for enemy ships will evade them. But instead, he heard the most beautiful music. Accidents are common on U-boats, less so the sabotage that evidently occurred. But while the U-boat did briefly surface, something else surfaced with them to sing its song. I'm guessing she was singing a Spice Girls song. While Scholes deals with the nightmares of his past experience the next morning, he learns that arguments have broken out again. Sunny Jim does not understand why they can't just take all the gold up at once. It seems that the U-boat is teetering over the edge of a cliff, and if they try to move all the weight, it could drop down farther than their suits can handle. Fortunately, they can stabilize the wreck despite Jim's impatience. They head back down to begin the work, though one of their number is killed, leaving only blood in the water. They suspect a shark, though it's definitely getting more dangerous. Mark, one of the sea hands, thinks it's gotten too dangerous and they should abandon the mission, but they want the gold and need to risk it. While the stabilizing work begins, Sunny Jim comes onto Sonia, the first mate of the boat, and a real ball-buster herself. Though she, despite her earlier saying she might be interested in a partnership for more gold, she's not interested in passing the time with him. Or with any other men, for that matter. With that, Sunny Jim goes to walk off his erection. They'll find something new to intrigue him. The siren song calling for him to jump overboard. Mark has to knock him unconscious so he doesn't go overboard, and they lock him in the hold. They keep Jim's men happy with some alcohol to keep a mutiny from happening, but Mark is less than happy as he is pulled into the dark that night, no one able to find him the next morning. They begin a deck-by-deck search, Sunny Jim beginning to injure himself against the door as he whistles the siren song. Scholes is sent back down again to continue the stabilization, but soon Jim's men realize that he is missing too. Pfeiffer spins a yarn that he overheard Mark and Jim arguing, and that they must have both gone overboard. Captain Harlow is not happy with the lie, but then again the alternative is rough men very upset with him. Down below, Scholes hears the siren song as well, but is able to resist its call, especially when he sees something very large take the place of the submarine. Dozens of corpses falling out of it. Sunny Jim breaks out of the hold as Sonia gets a gun, realizing that things are going badly very quickly. And Jim attacks her. She manages to knock him out while Scholes is brought back up, influenced enough by the song to want to return to the water. They encourage him to rest instead. However, he hears the song again and runs off deeper into the ship while tensions finally hit their breaking point between the crew and Jim's men. Pfeiffer, meanwhile, sabotages the ship and admits as much to Sonia, also admitting that he's done all this for love. Love of the siren that is now aboard. And unfortunately for Sonia, being a lesbian means that she is just as susceptible to the siren song. Right before the siren opens up its true body and rows of teeth devour her. Captain Harlow manages to restore order briefly, especially as he points out that the engines are damaged and they need to fix them. But then Sonny Jim emerges and the fighting resumes, though Harlow and Sonny Jim decide to put aside their differences when they spot Pfeiffer happily dancing on the deck to the siren's music. The men all turn on him, realizing he has been playing them against each other since day one, but it's too late. The siren attacks, either hypnotizing men or slaughtering them in an orgy of blood and death. Pfeiffer is oh so happy to be serving the creature, until Scholl stabs him through the back. He screams at the siren to kill him. He doesn't want its song in his head. He just wants the silence. But it seems the siren is more of a lure for the real monster. Some kind of massive sea creature that allows him to leave, surviving on part of the ship debris, along with a single bar of gold. Sometime later he is recovered, the crew just asking him repeatedly where he got the gold. A beautiful song if ever I heard one, my children. It sings of death, destruction, terror, and of course, love for a monster. Ah!